My name is Sam Blau. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the co-chair of the Maryland statewide team working on policing, immigration, and justice.
My name is Dan Richman, and I use he, him pronouns. And this past year, I served as the co-chair of the Maryland statewide team working on eviction prevention, renters' rights, and passing paid family and medical leave.
As residents of Baltimore City, and on behalf of all the JUFJ leaders from across Maryland, we are delighted to share this next video with you.
This video will highlight several important statewide victories from during and after the jam-packed and COVID-shortened 2020 Maryland legislative session.
My name is Toby Ditz, and I use she, her pronouns. I live in Baltimore City, and I am a member of the Maryland statewide team working on police, immigration, and criminal justice reform. One of our top immigration priorities was overriding the governor's veto of fair access to public education for undocumented Marylanders. Several of us were in Annapolis in January to witness the General Assembly vote to override the veto, and it was truly inspiring to watch each yes vote light up green on the big board in the House and Senate chambers. Following the leadership of Out for Justice, an organization led by formerly incarcerated people, we fought for and passed the Gender Responsive Pre-Release Act. This legislation would create a standalone facility in Maryland to provide support services for women who are transitioning from incarceration back into their communities. Currently, there are no such facilities in Maryland for women, while there are many for men. Despite a session cut short by COVID-19, we were able to achieve these victories and more because the JUFJ community showed up in Annapolis like never before. A record number of us, over 700 people from 39 of the 47 state districts in Maryland, participated in the 2020 session by meeting with our legislators, delivering testimony, and sending nearly 3,000 advocacy emails to members of the General Assembly. And after the session ended, we had to reinvent what direct action and advocacy look like during a pandemic. We have been testifying at virtual hearings on how to change policing in our state. For example, advocating for a repeal of the Law Enforcement Officers' Bill of Rights that shields abuse of cops from real accountability. We joined with partners to demand a special session of the General Assembly to prevent evictions and protect workers by staging our own socially distant mock special session in Annapolis. And while we have not yet won that fight, our coalition's advocacy was so powerful that the Speaker of the House and the Senate President felt compelled to show up in person at our mock special session. Our campaign continues as we seek commitments from the General Assembly leadership to address the critical issues Marylanders are facing in the midst of the pandemic. But to keep expanding our movement in these very challenging times, we need even more people power in 2021. So I invite you to join our monthly Maryland community meetings. Great way to stay informed and a good antidote to the COVID blues, all safely conducted over Zoom. And please think about coming to an online legislator meeting or trying your hand at testifying. As a newcomer to the state team myself last year, I promise that you will get lots of support from JUFJ's excellent staff, and not to mention the great swag like our fabulous t-shirts and buttons.